58. 58. Church on Sundays, 58. 58. Yeah, 58. 8. 58. 8. Church on Sundays, 58. I love you. I mean, everybody knows what this means, right? Okay. Yeah! Okay, wow. I mean, it just keeps on going on this peace thing, and peace at the same time. There's lots of torment. There's lots of torment going on. Yes. Think about it in the beginning, and, people will... people will, dispute this or whatever, but, like in the beginning, I mean, it was the sin of control from the very beginning. Eve said, hey, I can eat that fruit. I can do that. I can make this choice. And that was at the first time that humanity said that I can be in control. So that if there was a sin, if there was the very first sin in this world, it was the sin of control. And it was from that act that things have spiraled. People, have you ever heard of control freaks? People that want to be in control of everybody and control of everything and try to control this and control that and think that somehow they're in the control. And there's this person that I know, definitely big time, and I don't even want to say the gender. I don't even want to say the gender. We'll just call it the person. This person, I watched them for years be in control of other people and control the decisions and want to be the one in control and controlling other people's lives and controlling this and being the one to make the decisions and control. And now this person, ironically, his life is controlling them. They're, because I'm sure this person could think that they could be in control of their health by going out and doing this or doing that. And, and the sin of control. Sin can lead you down paths you don't want to go. You don't want to go. You don't want to go there. And now her life is controlling her. Her health is controlling her. So, but the sin of control. And so from that, we've got this thing where, once you become into self-realization and realizing the Spirit is within you, the power of God is within you, and there's going to be some growth there too. You really do. You get to the position one day where you stop thinking that you can try to interpret what's going on with things, try to interpret what you think your version is or what's going on in the world, trying to interpret everything. And by your interpretations, somehow you think by acting out with your emotions and doing whatever it is, with whatever your actions, whatever you acting out and you saying stuff in your posts and doing whatever it is, that somehow you're going to control the situation too. And really, your life is not having much peace, is it? No, because you're constantly under a level of torment by thinking that you need to interpret everything and everybody that's out there and what their motives are and what the truth is that you think that it is. Because, we all know that not everything appears. Hey, we've heard this one. You heard this one before? Here, not everything appears as it seems. Not everything appears as it seems. So, when you have peace, and I will say this, when you've got peace in your life, it's because you're operating by faith. Because your ability to operate by faith puts things in control with God instead. You're operating by faith, so you have peace. And from that, the torment of everything in your life starts to leave because you understand that you can't control things. you're not in control. I mean, I done brought to my knees many times. I'd say, kind of sort of many times in my life by certain situations, because somehow I thought that I could be in control by worrying about it, by being concerned about it, by trying to interpret things in certain ways and do whatever it is. Sometimes I done made these mistakes myself, I done made these mistakes myself, Yup. I have. So, I tell you, man, the biggest thing that people can do really is, again, instead of pointing that finger, let them okay, what, you got to point the finger and get the thumb out of the way. You point the finger, and you got the 3 point back at you. This is where you need to be. Not here. You need to have all those 4 fingers pointing back at you. And when they're pointing back at you, you need to go within. And when you go within, then you realize, then that'll humble you. That humble you. And that humble you. When you need to know that you need to work on yourself. And then you realize you can't fix yourself. You can't change yourself. The only true and genuine things that need to be changed in your life can be done through the Holy Spirit. And that will be done. That will be God's will be done. That will be done through, and I can tell you, like I've had a lot of spiritual and supernatural spiritual experiences in my life. And to step back and to look back at all those different things and the way that they happened and the way that they did. God brought certain people into my life to say things. God brought books. God brought whatever it is, thoughts to change my thinking about certain stuff and to look at myself and to see what I, to see what I was doing, to see what I was doing. And, and I was, being on the outside, trying to interpret everything. And, the aspect of, being on the out, trying to interpret everything and judge everything and being judgmental is doing nothing but bringing you to such a high, extreme level of conflict, And, like I've got this situation going on in my life with, it's kind of family-oriented, and I just got to the point where I'm done with the conflict. I'm tired of the internal torment from the conflict. I'm just going to let go and let God, because I can't deal with it anymore. It's doing nothing but upsetting me, and to bring them down, bring them down. And so, what I must say here is that the best thing you can do is really, you can't, when I say detach from the outside world, that doesn't mean that you go crawling some hole somewhere. You need to be responsible and pay attention to what's going on and around you and understand some things. And if there's one thing that I have realized too, that there was a time where I was completely, I didn't read the news. I didn't watch the news. I didn't read the newspapers. I didn't do any of that stuff. And what was interesting is I went through that particular period of time in my life where I realized no matter what, somehow, some way, I always found out the significant things that were going on. It's like I went through that period of time where really I didn't watch the news. I didn't do anything. I just detached from everything. And by and large, I had a lot more peace in my life when I did that. I had a lot more peace. And but by the same token, I always found out what the important, critical things that were going on somehow, some way. Somebody'd come into my store and say something, and then, oh, really? Oh, and then I might investigate it a little bit, read up on it, or whatever happened. So all about being on the outside and being concerned about what's going on in the world. There's only one true power, and that's the one God that we have that has the ability to do everything. And, people can get caught up in the I don't even know the word to describe this. Well, since God created the world and everything, he could just wave his magic wand. God's got his own plan. Quit trying to figure that one out and try to control that and think that what God should do too. Really.